Hello and welcome to I-24 News Sports Daily Magazine with all the latest scores and stories from around the world. Football's in the forefront today. After a jam-packed weekend of matches, we kick it off in La Liga, where Barcelona gave a great opening performance, beating Elche 3-0 in front of their home crowd faithful. And they did it without two of their star players. Injured Neymar and newly acquired Luis Suarez, who's serving his 4-month suspension. Liran Mosley and Yoav Borovic report.
It took 42 minutes for Lionel Messi to announce that he is back in business. The World Cup final disappointment is behind him. Despite only playing one preseason friendly game, the Argentine looked refreshed and broke the deadlock against Elche, driving into their box and finding space between 6 Elche defenders before shooting low into the far corner. But only 1 minute after, new manager Enrique saw another Argentine, Mascherano, getting a red card after hauling down Gary Rodriguez on his way to a sure goal. 1 minute into the second half, it was Munir, the impressive young striker, who flicked Rakitic's pass over the goalkeeper to double Barcelona's lead. The graduate from Barcelona B will not turn 19 until September, but already has Barca fans predicting a big future for him if he can stay in the lineup when Neymar and Suarez return. But it was not over for poor Elche. Despite the numerical disadvantage, Messi made it 3 in the 63rd minute when Alves rolled the ball across the line of the penalty area and he jigged around 3 white-shirted Elche defenders to make enough space for himself to shoot into the far corner. Barcelona defeated Elche 3-0 in their opening La Liga game at the Camp Nou and continued their strike since 2008 of not losing on the opening day.
Taking a look back at Week 1 in La Liga, Barca and Celta Vigo starting at the season strong, winning 3-0 and 3-1 respectively. Sevilla and Valencia drew 1-1 in Sevilla, and still coming up, Real Madrid versus Cordoba and Rayo Vallecano hosting Atletico. And the two La Liga teams yet to play, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, went head-to-head in the Spanish Super Cup. Atletico hosted their cross-city rivals at Estadio Vicente Calderón. The teams drew 1-1 in the first leg and had plenty to play for. And Atletico didn't wait. 90 seconds in, Mario Mandzukic found the back of the net, giving his side a 2-1 aggregate advantage. And that's all the scoring the game would see, but there was plenty of other drama. Atletico manager Diego Simeone was sent to the stands after an altercation with the ref, and Luka Modric was handed a red card in stoppage time. Atletico held on 1-0 to hoist the Super Cup for the first time since 1985. And on Sunday, Real's reserve team played its first match of the season, headed by French footballer Zinedine Zidane, who began his new career as a coach. But it didn't start out as great as he could hope. The former World Player of the Year's team lost 2-1 to Atletico Madrid B. It looked as if his career as a coach was going to start out well, as Raúl de Tomás gave his side a 1-0 lead before the 45-minute mark. But Atletico's 2 goals in 8 minutes during the second half were too much for the Frenchman's team to handle. Zidane worked under Carlo Ancelotti last season, as Real won both the Champions League and the Copa del Rey. It's been a rather disappointing start for Louis van Gaal in his first season as Manchester United's coach. Suffering a loss in Week 1 to Swansea, Van Gaal and his side had something to prove against Sunderland. But the Dutch coach and his team failed to impress again. Man United tied Sunderland. The Reds took the lead 16 minutes into the game with a Juan Mata goal, but Sunderland was quick to draw just past the 30-minute mark. The two teams each took home a point, but Sunderland also finished the game with a bit more confidence than their opponents.
I was very pleased with the quality and the way we adapted to the system of Man U in the first half, probably being the best team on the pitch. And then the suffering and somehow defending and getting a point in the second half, because definitely we dropped a little bit physically, and Man United was stronger than us. So it's two parts, and at the end, of course, you need to take the point.
And discussions about upcoming changes to Manchester United's roster continue on. Man U are in talks to sign Angel Di Maria from Real Madrid in what could end up being a €75 million deal, which would smash the current record fee paid by a Premier League team. But Coach Louis van Gaal is preaching patience as we wait to see what will happen with Di Maria.
When it is a transfer, when a transfer has been finished, then we can say anything. But now you have to wait and see if the moment is there Manchester United shall announce it. But it's not only Di Maria, maybe Vidal or Messi. Yeah, we are a big club, so.
Meanwhile, Tottenham fans had plenty to cheer about on Sunday as the Spurs picked up their second win, beating Queen's Park Rangers 4-0. 4 different Tottenham players contributed to the scoring party, 3 of the goals coming in the first half, and 2 of them just 7 minutes apart. Emanuele De Bayor added the 4th cherry on top in the 65th minute. The additional 3 points put the Spurs at the top of the Premier League in the early stages of this season, but manager Mauricio Pochettino doesn't want to get excited about these initial 2 victories just yet.
It's important to keep the reality and stay calm. If you lose 2 games, you are in danger. But this is the difference. But we need to keep calm. It's only the beginning of the season. It's true that always is better when you win because all believe in your way, all believe in your philosophy, and this is a little bit easy to develop your style. But for me, it's nothing. I was very happy after the game, but now I am very quiet and calm. We need to work tomorrow, restart the training session, and improve because we need to improve a lot.
This is what Week 2 looked like in the Premier League. Chelsea, Tottenham and Swansea, all 3 picking up another 3 points with their wins. And still one matchup coming up. Manchester City and Liverpool will be playing later on this evening. And heading over to the German Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund facing Bayer Leverkusen in front of 80,000 fans at Signal Iduna Park in the team's opening league fixture. And the sellout crowd got to witness history. It only took 9 seconds for Leverkusen's Karim Delarabi to get past Dortmund's defense and put his side ahead. The goal is the quickest in Bundesliga history. And early frustrations continued for the hosts. Leverkusen's goalkeeper Bernd Leno denied the home team several chances to tie the game, and Stefan Kiesling secured a 2-0 win for the visitors in added time. And the strikeout ALS Ice Bucket Challenge has swept the world and slowly made its way even to the sports side. We've seen NBA players, football players, everyone take part in it. And now it's time for the legends too. Football great Diego Maradona accepted the Ice Bucket Challenge. Maradona posted a video of himself accepting the challenge on his personal Facebook page and passed on the challenge, nominating Brazil player Rivelino, Uruguayan commentator Victor Hugo Morales, and even sent it to Hollywood, nominating actress Julia Roberts.
Lo mismo que voy a hacer yo. Rivelino, Victor Hugo y Julia Roberts.
And moving on over to the unconventional racetrack, the German Rally. The race saw a dramatic last day full of crashes, surprises, and an unlikely winner. Danny Swibel and Samuel Calvo report.
Trier, Germany hosted the 9th Handel World Championship Rally out of 13 for the WRC season. Accidents and dropouts were common during this stage due to difficult weather conditions causing wet and muddy roads. 26-year-old Belgian Neuville won his first WRC race with Hyundai. It was the first win for the South Korean brand, whose motorsport department is based in Germany. And it wasn't only one win, it was a double, with Neuville's teammate, Spanish Dani Sordo, following just 40 seconds behind him. But not everything started off well for the Belgian, who suffered a big crash with his car flipping 6 times during the pre-race shakedown. Despite the damage the car suffered from the crash, his great team of mechanics were able to repair everything overnight and get right back on the track the next day. The race itself was full of surprises, with the 3 leaders Sebastian Ogier, Jari-Matti Latvala, and Chris Meek dropping out one after the other. The current leaders of the World Championship, French Ogier, had 2 accidents, one on Friday and another Saturday, forcing him to drop out. Finnish teammate Jari-Matti Latvala was then able to capture the lead, with a 56-second advantage over his competitors. Lavela held a comfortable lead and wasn't under any foreseeable pressure, but he made his mistakes during the first special. Going full speed, he lost control and drove off the road and into a vineyard. With Lavela out, Chris Meek and Team Citroën were the leaders, but only for a split second. In the next special, Meek hit a small wall. He was driving slowly, but his wheels fell off the car, forcing him to abandon too.
Jump, middle over,
The Belgian had a strong performance, handing Honda a first-place gift during the company's first year racking in the rally. Neuville became only the second Belgian racer to win a title at this level. The overall rankings have not changed, with 4 more races to go this season. Sébastien Ogier remains a heavy favorite for the drivers, and Volkswagen remains at the top for manufacturers. The next rally, Australia, on September 11th, with much different weather conditions.
And more of the racing world. In California, even a 6.0 magnitude earthquake didn't stop the IndyCar's GoPro Grand Prix in Sonoma. Australian season leader Will Power started in pole position. He led for a while but dropped to 20th. Eventually, he climbed back up to the 10th spot where he finished the race. It was Scott Dixon of New Zealand who came in first, controlling the final lap and finished just 1.1359 seconds before the runner-up. This was Dixon's 35th IndyCar career win. And the U.S. Open is just underway in New York, but the big names haven't made their way to the court just yet. The Williams sisters, Sharapova, Djokovic, and Murray will all be playing later on tonight, but one player that won't be making his way to the court at all is Rafael Nadal. The world number 2 and last year's U.S. Open champion is out of the tournament with a wrist injury. Some see his absence as a huge advantage to his fellow players, but Roger Federer doesn't see it just like that.
It's not necessarily dependent at an event like this on the one player, but it's more exciting with him. For us, the players, I think we see it, we hope he gets well and he feels better quickly and all these things, and he's back on tour soon. This year I played a lot of good matches, not just Toronto and Cincinnati, but really from the first week on. I've always played really nice tennis, and then you come into this US Open just knowing, you remember how it feels to win tournaments. You remember how and you get used to that. You almost forget how to lose to a point, and the confidence rises, and you're back to winning ways again, and everything seems so simple, and it's nice feeling that way, and I'm looking forward to this tournament because I really feel like I can play a great tournament, and I hope I can show that on the court this year.
World number 1 Novak Djokovic will be taking on Argentinian Diego Schwartzman this evening at Arthur Ashe Stadium. The Serbian may be the favorite to win the entire thing, but refused to get carried away with that honor and said with this being the last Open of the year, he knows it will be a fight for the trophy.
I have high expectations for myself, I always have, and especially at this stage of my career where I feel like now it's the time that I'm at my peak physical strength, and I want to use this time of my career as much as I can to win as many matches as possible. Obviously, I know I'm not the only one that has this kind of mindset, optimistic mindset. There are many players who are fighting for the same trophy. This is the last Grand Slam of the year, and this is where you want to play your best. This is where all the attention of the tennis and sports world come to, and it's going to be a long two weeks journey for all of us, but I was getting ready for it, and I'm looking forward to it.
Meanwhile, Andy Murray has struggled this year. He hasn't lifted a trophy since Wimbledon in 2013. But coming into the tournament, the Scotsman seems more comfortable, saying he's feeling his best physically since he lifted that trophy over a year ago. And also says having won the U.S. Open before, back in 2012, could be a slight advantage.
I think it helps, if anything. Yeah. I don't think it's a negative in any way. I don't know if that's to do with pressure or, experience or whatever, being comfortable, in these surroundings and having good memories. I think it's a combination of everything, really.
And on to the women's side, world number 1 Serena Williams is coming in on a high note after winning the Cincinnati just a week ago. She looked to be in top form, focused and sharp, and coming into this U.S. Open, she has the chance to win her 18th major title. But Williams knows she has to keep up the intensity if she wants to be the last woman standing.
these next 2 weeks, I'm going to have to put that together for hopefully 7 matches, hopefully. So if I can do that, I'll definitely have a good chance to be in the tournament for a long time. But we'll see. I am just going to have to be able to put together that time in those matches.
That's all for us today, but don't forget you can find us online, i24news.tv, our Facebook page or Twitter page, i24 News in English, for all sports news from around the world. And don't forget to join us again tomorrow, same time, same place, for all the latest. I'm Marav Savir. Thank you for watching and have a beautiful day.